Hebrew Israelites, brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. This is your Moriah Yeshua Ben Uriah Israel, and we just want to take this time to say welcome back. And I just want to shout out the joy and the praise and hallelujah, and just thank Yahuwah for his love and his grace, my brothers. I'll tell you what, he's awesome. He's so awesome, in our lives, and we just want to thank him so much for what he's doing in our lives and for what he's doing all over the earth. My brothers and sisters, there's still a lot of things happening. A lot of Hebrew Israelite people are experiencing difficulties all over the earth. But this is one of the things that comes from our Hebrew Israelite families being scattered, and we're living in countries and in lands where is ruled by Gentiles, and we don't expect to get have a nice time. Okay, I'll tell you what, this is gonna be a rough ride. That's coming next. It seems like every year getting worse, my brothers and sisters. So it's not an easy ride, but one thing we need to do is to hold on tight to Yahuwah and just trust him and thank him and depend on him. Don't try to do it by yourself, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you try to do it by yourself, it's just not going to happen. You just have to trust him, trust Yahuwah to lead us and to guide us. And he sent his rock to guide us. So we just have to trust him, my brothers and sisters. We are in Psalm 9. We're starting Psalm 9 today. And this one, Psalm 9 is thanksgiving, to Yahuwah. Thanksgiving for Yahuwah's justice. We're praying for justice. We had in Psalm 8, we talk about, how Yahuwah is, just his blessing, and how, David trusted him, and how he came through for David. And my brothers and sisters, if he came through for David and any of the other prophets and any of the other leaders, and for our ancestors that trusted him for a while, my brothers and sisters, let me say this, that he will do the same for you. He is not slack concerning his promises. He's going to do the best for you. So Psalm 9, we're starting out, and talking about, the thanksgiving to Yahuwah for justice. Right? It started out in verse 1. It said, I will praise thee, O Yahuwah, with my whole heart. I will show forth thy marvelous work. Praise his name, praise his name. Now, I'm going to ask you, my brothers and sisters, make sure that you have a pen and have, some note papers so you can write. And I promise you, I'm going to go as slow as I can, so that, you can write down some of these words, because I'm dealing with key words. Okay, I'm dealing with key words in these verses, and what they mean when we're written in the Hebrew, and how these words can, you can apply these to your life, into your own situation, to your own setting. Okay? Um, I have a tendency when I get excited, I speed up. Okay? Oh my goodness. So what I'm going to do is really go as slow as I can. Okay, it's not in my nature to go slow, my brothers, my sisters. It's not in my nature to go slow at all. And then so when I get excited, I just keep moving, keep moving. But I want us to notice here that King David said, he said, I will praise thee, O Yahuwah, with my whole heart. I will show forth thy marvelous works. So I was look at the word here. Here's a key word that we want to look at, and his word praise. Praise is yada, yada, and this word yod, dalet, and hey, and of course these are the consonants, letters that make up the word, and that make up yada, and of course they put the markation, the vowels markation underneath each of the letters, like, is showing how, to pronounce the word. Okay. But the word is, the meaning of it is to use, to hold out, or to hold at, to hold out, the hand, the holy hand out, physically to throw, like you're throwing a stone, an arrow, and you're shooting, you're shooting the arrow, away. There's a especially to, revere, to worship with extended hands, worship with extended hands, hold our hands up, and it's it's to be known, be moan, like be moan something, like, okay, it's by, it's like by ringing, and something happened, severely, just for you, sometimes you get tense, and you're going through trouble, you like ringing your hand, ringing your hand. So, excuse me, but it's also to worship, it's also to like cast out, to make, to confess, praise, to shout, to give thanks, to be thankful, thanksgiving, praise his name. So he said, I will praise thee. Another word there, he said, with my whole heart, not just a part of him, but it's his whole being, It's the heart here is laid, and lamed and bet. Those two letters make up the word. Of course, to have the vowels under that make that give you the sound laid. Normally in the original Hebrew, without the vowels, it would just be lamed and bet, right? And so this is how I basically like, to look at it. I'm not going to say I'm a scholar in Hebrew, but when I look at a word, I can tell, So the consonants, would be lamed and bet, and well, it's laid. So when you put the consonants, the vowels underneath it, then you for some people who don't understand Hebrew that much, it's easier for them. As a matter of fact, the modern Hebrew like to do that. Modern Hebrew like to do that. But the ancient Hebrew, you don't have to go through, vowels, you just do consonants, I think. But the word there, meaning heart, also used very widely for, the feeling or the will or, even the intellect, likewise for the center of anything, okay? Um, is comfortably consent, consider, merry, stiff, courageous, friend, broken, hand, hard, merry, stiff, stout, double, heart, um, heed, kindly, or kind, midst, mind, regard themselves, unaware, understanding, well and willingly, our willingness and so on. Okay, that's the word he said. I will, I will, um, I will praise thee, O Yahweh, with my whole heart. And then I want us to look at the word show forth there. In the King James Version it says show forth. Show forth all thy marvelous works. And show forth there is a word that is kafir, kafir, or that's what it's spelled kafir, but it was a safir when you pronounce it, right? Because the word there is Samic, pe or fe, and resh. And this word, my brothers and sisters, as we look at it there, is to score with, to mark as a tally, or to record. That is to inscribe, also to enumerate, if you understand, enumerate, if you want to say enumerate, it's like counting numbers, okay, to recount, to elaborate, to commune, and it is dealing with, account, to declare, to reckon, to scribe, to show forth, to speak, to talk, to tell, to write, written or something. So then he said, I will show forth. That is, you're going to tell. He's going to tell, let people see, what Yahuwah is doing in my life, what he has done, what he will do for them too, So he said, will show forth. And then the word marvelous there, he also uses to say his marvelous work. And my brothers and sisters, we look around us and we can see how Yahuwah is working and what he's doing, in our midst and among us or around us. And, we saw in the last couple of weeks what's going on in California as far as the weather, and there are many people that, suffer from that, and that's up north with the blizzard and, the snow and things like that. But, my brothers and my sisters, when we look and see how there are many lives that have been lost so far, and there's no joy about that. But in the rain and the rain and the flood and all that, those don't come by chance. They don't come by chance. You know, the only problem is that we plan. We don't know what the future is. So sometimes, if you know that this incident or this thing gonna happen, you plan your life differently, but you don't know. So when we plan something, we just go about, doing it. We just do it, and we don't think. Sometimes we don't think. If we think strongly, like for instance, if I'm gonna build a house, right, and I know down in the valley, down there, it may look nice down there in the valley, looking down there, right, and you down there looking up, but you don't know, and then you have to be careful also, because sometimes people want to make their money, and they sell property, or they sell, they tell you that, okay, if they're honest, they'll say, well, this is a flooded is flooded area, or even if they never seen a flooded, because of the way the thing look, they'll say, well, it could be, we could have some flood here if it rain hard. And if it rain hard, where the water going to go, and so on. But sometimes we don't think about it like that. We just like the place and we go and buy it, because, it looks real good. But, like just use in Oklahoma and different places, and we have a place they call the Tornado Alley, Okay, when I was driving truck, I passed through the area, and I could see that. But my brothers, that tornado comes there all the time, and tornado, so if you're going to build something, don't build something that the tornado going to just take up and leave, build something that can resist. And no matter no matter how strong you build, you got to build with steel and all that kind of stuff, but, for you to have at least a remnant of something when the tornado comes, But, places where you have earthquake and those kind of disasters that happen, you got to build accordingly, otherwise you're going to continue to build. But you notice that people, they build a house here, and in 2 years they come back and build another house on the same spot, and the tornado will still come and take it, right? Because if you're going to build on the same spot, then build something stronger. Sometimes people don't think about that. So you have to, I remember my parents were building the house, they have to go through, and the man will come and say, okay, this is not going to work. That's not going to work. That kind of material is not going to work for the roof and things like that. You got to, build accordingly, because as a father, there's a hurricane area and potentially earthquake. All right. Then look at the word marvelous there. The word marvelous is in the verse, chapter 9, verse 1. Look at the word marvelous there. It says, I will show forth a marvelous work. Okay. Marvelous is Pe, Arpe, Lamed, and Aleph. And the meaning of that word is to separate, that is distinguish. It's literal or figuratively meaning, by implication, to be great, difficult, wonderful, accomplished, things that are too high, marvelous, miracle, to perform wondrous things, wondrous work. So Yahuwah's work is marvelous. In chapter 8, we talk about the stars and the moon, okay, and how excellent his name was, is, okay? And so Yahuwah, when he does something, my brothers and my sisters, he does it marvelously, marvelously. And so the psalmist say here, I will show forth thy marvelous, thy all. I mean, I want you to know, my brothers, it's not just a part of it, all of it. All of it. But let me say this too, that when he said all his marvelous work, he can only talk about what he is aware of, what he saw. Because, my brothers and my sisters, if we were to talk about, as we look around in the world, as we look around and we see the things that Yahuwah has created with his fingers. Just, he said, he spoke it, and it came into being. Then, if we were to note then, my brothers and sisters, it would take thousands of books written. I'm not talking about 10 pages, not 1,000 of 10 pages. We're talking about 1,000 of books with hundreds of pages written. If we were to name all the things that Yahuwah has done in the world. But we're talking about individually. David was saying there, he would, based on what Yahuwah has done for him, and especially in watching over him, in taking out of the hands of the enemies, all those things that Yahuwah has done for him. Marvelous work. Marvelous work. He said, I will show forth thy marvelous work. Praise his name. Praise his name and show forth his marvelous work. My brothers and my sisters, can you show forth Yahuwah's marvelous work? And in verse 2 he said, I will be glad and rejoice in thee. Praise his name. You're going to be glad. You're going to be glad and rejoice in Yahuwah. Be glad, my brothers. You're happy that Yahuwah is your Elohim. You're glad. You're glad that you are in his hand. You're glad that, he has prepared and provided a place for you to rest your head. You're glad, even if you're paying rent, even if somebody gives you somewhere to stay, you're glad. You have a place of your own, you're glad. He said, I will be glad and I will rejoice. Be happy, my brother. We don't need to go around with long faces. We don't need to go around with long faces. The people talk about donkey face. Long, upset looking. No, rejoice in him. Rejoice in him. Always have that smile of, joyfulness on your face. When I was a little boy, anything I see, I laugh. I used to get in trouble, because I was laughing, People think I'm laughing at them. So if I'm walking on the street I always have something, a little stick, or something in my hand, you know, and, not to put, not to let people think I'm laughing at them. I have it always in my, put by my mouth, you know, because if I don't, they're gonna think I'm laughing at them. Okay, I remember when I was graduating from the seminary. Um, I think it was my master's. Yeah, my master's degree I was working on it at the time. And the president for the seminary, Luther Rice, which is Lutherite University. It was seminary and university. And the president, when he was calling me up to get my diploma, my award, he talked about me smiling all the time. And then he said to the congregation, he's always smiling. And he said, young man, keep smiling. So I turned around, I was laughing. Everybody know me, you know. He said, this young man is, I'm not no glory to myself, but they always refer to me as a polite guy. Always, no matter how things bad, my brothers, my sisters, no matter how things bad, I'm always having that joyful look, on my face. And let me say this will take you a long way. It takes you further than a face of, just looking, a crazy look. You don't want to look like that. You say, I will be glad and rejoice in the. So we need to be glad, my brothers and my sisters, and we need to rejoice in Yahweh. And they say, I will sing praise unto thy name. I will sing praise unto thy name. So in the scripture it says we have to sing, hymns and psalms. Sing praises to Yahweh. Praise him. If you don't have a song, my brothers and sisters, sometimes you can't just make up a song. Make up your own song. You don't have to sing somebody else's song. Just think about him and start humming something, make up your own song. I remember our little grandson, my wife used to sing songs. She make up songs, she used to sing it to him. And you don't think it was real. Think it was real. And then when we were kids, remember it was Joshua and Jonathan, and then Anya, and then Connie, my wife, used to sing, Mommy and Daddy and Joshua and Jonathan and Anya. Mommy and Daddy and Joshua and Jonathan and Anya. All in the family. And I don't tell my wife that I say that. Don't tell her I say that. But she can't carry a straight tune. Do not tell her I say that, no. Do not tell her I say that. I tell you what, if you tell her that I say that, my brother, you and I are not going to be friends anymore. Oh, praise his name. But he said, I will be glad and rejoice in thee. And I say, I will praise thy name. And he said, O thou Most High, O thou Most High, El Elyon, O thou Most High. Praise his name, praise his name, praise his name. My brothers and sisters, we're going to stop here, and we're going to come back and start verse 3. But we want you to, have a great day or a great night or whatever time you're reading this, and then we want to be a blessing to someone, my brothers and sisters, and walk with the King. Shalom.